I'm at Mad Ford Engineering in Stafford, and this is Ford heaven. There's Cosworths absolutely everywhere. So to be honest, the ST200s are pups compared to some of the machines that are here. But I'm here initially to do some little jobs and to show the car to Mick, who will be the man that's restoring the car, just to see how much needs done really. So over the next couple of hours, next couple of days really, we're going to take a look over the car and see what needs done. What's really cool about working on the car today is we've got this, a full 200-piece toolkit from Halfords. It's got everything I could possibly want, whole load of sockets. We've got ratchet spanners here, Torx heads. It's the perfect starting point for someone like me who just wants to do the basic jobs on their car. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So this car here, we bought for 620 quid and it is already proving to be a fantastic buy. There's so many parts on here that can be stripped and put onto my ST200, the main one of which being the 4 wheels. That's almost paid for the car in itself. They are the original wheels instead of the minging aftermarket things that are on my car right now. So there's loads of little trinkets all over the car that we can just quickly bolt off and bolt on, and it will really refresh my ST200. So I'm really looking forward, even in the next couple of days, the impact that this work will have on the car, and then later down the line, the car will be getting its full restoration. So definitely stay tuned for that. Anyway, first job is to change the front springs because my one on the front right is officially cracked. So the first job is going to be changing the springs on the front here. The right hand one completely cracked on me. I'll put some B-roll of the bit of spring that just tumbled down on the car last time I parked it. So this is the one from yesterday, the driver's side, sheared clean off. But Mick here is going to show me how to do it because I have never actually replaced springs on a car before, and I'm shit scared of spring compressors as well. But Mick, you said that we're not actually going to use spring compressors.
No, we're going to use a bench mounted version, so it's a little bit safer.
Okay. So what's the first step then?
First step, crack off the wheel nuts with the vehicle on the ground. Then we'll raise it, remove the wheel, remove the brake caliper, and then we'll remove the suspension leg.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. You can see how that protective sleeve protects your alloy now. In there.
Nice. Do you need the special key?
Wasn't on this wheel.
Oh, right. Just come across some gaffer tape on the car. Overall, how do you feel about the workmanship that's happened on this car over its lifetime?
Not too bad. Apart from brake pipes, they're a little bit interesting. But no, it's just a standard that we see every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the next step here?
Okay, I've just disconnected the ABS.
Okay.
We've disconnected the anti-roll drop link and the front caliper flexi holding bracket. We're just going to pull the track rod end off from the hub. We're going to slacken this off because we're changing the track rod end as well.
Okay.
So that's where
Can you show what's wrong with that track rod?
Indeed. If you come past you, if you take a look at that there, and then when we move the hub, you can see the play in the ball joint.
Yeah. And then you said also that the wheel bearings.
Yes,
as well.
We've got play in the wheel bearing and it's extremely noisy. So we will replace the wheel bearing as well.
This one's proving to be a bit tougher than first expected. You're burning my car, mate.
It is intentional. There you go. Other way, that's it. Beautiful. All joint separators and extractors. That's all you need. You want to try?
No, you would.
Okay. All you have to do is hit it on the end there and it will shock the steel and that will pop out. That's wedged in there now, that won't come out.
Okay, let's see.
So, pull it. Done.
I would definitely have clouted my brake disc.
Yeah.
So which bit specifically is being renewed?
This bit on the end. If you look at, feel how tight that is as a ball joint. Okay?
Yep.
And then grab that one and do the same with that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, see the difference? Yeah.
Fresh.
Because this dictates your front wheel alignment, obviously the length of that steering shaft, what we do to initially put it in the right place is we count the turns off.
Yep.
And then we count the turns back on.
I've seen Ed China do that.
There you go. Good old Ed. So that might just turn off if we're lucky. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So what would happen, you've taken that off 24, what would happens if you put this back on for only 23 turns?
Well, that would alter your tracking. If you only put it on 23, so in theory you're actually lengthening the track rod at the back of the wheel, so you would get extra towing.
So my steering wheel is actually squint. Will that be anything to do with that, or is that simply... Okay, so we can put mine straight.
We can indeed.
I've always wanted to put my steering wheel straight.
When we do a four-wheel alignment afterwards, we've got lasers we can put on and we can accurately set the correct toe and put your steering wheel exactly where it should be.
That sounds very good.
Okay, so with that out of the way now, we can remove the brake caliper. That'll come off now.
Come off.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to twist it at an angle just to push the piston back in a little bit. When you're ready.
So you strap it up onto there?
Yeah, put that onto there. I should be able to clip that up to somewhere. Be a hole, there we go. That'll just sit there. You can remove your disc. That should just pull straight off. Unless it's rusted on, of course. Yeah, put it on. Excellent. She gone. There we go.
Nice little collection in there. Last few turns. Pop that off, and then Mick slides on out. One busted suspension spring. Where's it snapped? Oh, look at that. That is clean. Okay, let's get that one off. This is what happens when your spring corrodes, gets through the paint, and then ends up corroding the spring itself, so much so that it then snaps, it's sheared off there, and this is what you're left with. So this is a brand new one. Apparently it's not actually stock for the car, but it's not too much lower. And we go into there. Mass panic. Now, one job I've always wanted to do is to change over this armrest here. Someone's elbow has been indented in there for many, many years and has just carved it up. So it should be a simple screwdriver job. So I'll get over to my toolkit and get cracking. Okay, I need this. I need these ones here, and I'll need the adapter. Now the great thing is this donor car has a very nice clean armrest. So open it up. There's just 4 little screws in there and it should come out nice. So that's one nice fresh armrest removed, and now time to install it into my car. And that is that, a nicely refreshed armrest. Really, really satisfying doing that job. So we're just waiting on a wheel bearing to finish off the other side, so while we're waiting for that, let's do the exact same on this side. Get this spring out. So we've just removed this suspension spring with the shock absorber and everything, And what we've found out is that this one was also snapped. So this is the one from yesterday, the driver's side, sheared clean off. And the exact same thing has happened on the passenger side. No wonder my car felt like there was some severe metal on metal contact going on. That is not cool at all, Mondeo. Here is driver's side snap. Here is passenger side snap. The two culprits over there. Mick, you were saying this might be down to simply where I live.
Yes, we found, certainly over the last number of years, that broken springs are getting far more common since the introduction of sleeping policemen.
Ah, okay.
And I've certainly got the theory that the guy that designed the sleeping policeman also sells coil springs for them.
Yeah, so I have got a lot of speed bumps, both in Edinburgh and in London where I live, so that could be it.
Yeah, I would say so.
So one of the things we've been using most are these double deep sockets here. They attach to our wrenches here as well. And sometimes on this car, everything's a wee bit crusty. You can't really see it if I get underneath. It's pretty crusty and rigid in there. So when you need a bit more torque, we have been using the impact gun. And as you can see here, these are sort of softer sockets that are then used to get the wheels off. So we're using a whole range of tools today, but this is proving very, very effective. So in a jiffy, everything is back where it needs to be. Spring is inserted, nice and fresh, and it's all back assembled. So it's just time to get the wheel back on. This here is the wheel bearing that's come out of the Mondeo, and if I close in, that is not what you want to hear. That is grit and grime that's got into the bearing and it's just making that horrible sound, and it's not going to be any good for putting power down on the road. So I've got this brand new one which is as smooth as silk, and we'll use a press to press it in place, and then that should be that. That is the new bearing pressed in now, and this is as smooth as anything. Very nice. So time to get this whole arm back in the car. What's really satisfying is when you've had a bunch of tools out, you slot that last one back in, and the whole kit is complete. I'm going to become seriously OCD about this thing.
So we've got a toe out of 3 and a toe in of 2.
Oh, we must bang on.
So that's a toe out.
So guys, that's the recent update on the Mondeo, and it won't be too long until this car is here for a good few months, getting its full restoration. The donor car is doing its job. We've taken a pretty decent amount of parts off this so far and put them onto this car just to give it a bit of a refresh. But in the coming, I guess, 6 months really, this thing should turn into an absolute minter. The Halfords tools have been absolutely awesome, and it's been good to get my hands dirty with this car. Hopefully I can do a bit more on top of what everyone is doing here in the near future. So thank you guys for watching, and see you again next time. Just before I leave, the garage cat wants to come too. You should not be in there, Mexico. Out you come. Thank you.